Hey guys, what's going on? RetroGamer here, and welcome back to another review featuring the new Nintendo 2DS XL. So, the new Nintendo 2DS XL hit the shelves July 28th, 2017, and has a retail value of $150. And that's not a bad deal considering that you get pretty much all the internals of a new 3DS XL minus the 3D. And that's something to really consider because not only is this a good buy for kids, but it's also a good buy if you had the new 3DS XL and really didn't care too much about the 3D. This is $50 cheaper than a new 3DS XL, so it's really up to you whether or not you think you're missing out on that 3D feature. I had a new 3DS XL, I used it. The 3D was cool, but a whole lot of games really didn't use it, and I didn't really care too much for it. I never turned it on. So that's really something to consider if you want the new 2DS XL or not. I think it's a really good buy. But with all that out of the way, let's take a look at some of the features of the new 2DS XL, and we'll get more into the details of it. So here it is, the new 2DS XL. It has a nice matte textured design. With the new 3DS XL, it had that glossy top, and I really didn't like that at all. But this is the black and blue model. We also have a white and orange, a lavender and white, a green and black, and then we had the Pokemon Pokeball on here, and then we had the Pikachu one. So we've had quite a different few models so far with colors. On the bottom here, we now have the speakers on the bottom. I've heard mixed things about this. Some people say it's muffled and it sounds weird. Other people say it sounds just fine. I think it sounds just fine. On the bottom here as well, we have the power button. We have the two indicators for Wi-Fi and charging, also the three lights on top. We have the stylus, the headphone jack, and then this new flap, where not only does it hold the games, but it also holds your SD card. So unlike the new 3DS XL, you had to unscrew the back. Now it's just right here, which is really handy. A little more on the stylus. It is small, quite smaller than a new 3DS XL. And at first, it's really weird to use, but the more you use it on the 2DS, the more it just works. They actually knew what they were doing with it. Like, it feels small, but it actually works really well. On the side here is the volume slider, unlike when it was on the screen. So that's nice. We still have the ZR, R buttons, and then L and ZL, which is nice. We have the charging port, the little infrared port right there. The camera is also on top here now. If you open it up, the screens are the same size as the new 3DS XL, but because there's no like borders, they make the screens look really big. Like the top looks more like a smartphone, really. So I really like how big the screens seem to look. I have noticed that the buttons do seem to leave some like marking on the screen, very reminiscent to the old 3DS. So I don't know why it does that. I'm guessing because there's not much protection. This is pretty sunk in, so it's gonna touch stuff. But other than that, everything works just fine. You still got your circle pad, your D-pad. You got A, B, X, and Y. Start and selects over here. Home buttons here. You got the little nub, the camera, and then there's also the two cameras on the back as well. So you can still use the AR cards, but there's not going to be any 3D involved. You still have the microphone there. This does come with a charger, which is nice. It's just the same old charger we've been using for years. Got the little port there, little prong that pops open, and then you're ready to charge this. Taking a look at the interface, not much to it. It's if you've had any type of 3DS from the original all the way up to the new 3DS XL, there's not going to be much changing. It boots up just fine. All the games work just like they would on a new 3DS XL. It has that faster processor, so you can play games. You can play Super Nintendo games, which is nice. I have quite a bit of games on here. I've been using this a lot. I've heard this also has a slightly worse battery life. It does die pretty quick, but it's not like terribly noticeable. It's about the same as a new 3DS XL. The lives on these things just aren't very good. But yeah, this works just fine. I've also heard that the screen is like a little bit worse in terms of resolution. I haven't noticed that. It looks just fine to me, but I don't have a new 3DS XL either anymore. But all in all, I think the new 2DS XL is a fantastic buy. As I said, I didn't care too much for the 3D. I had a new 3DS XL. If you think you're missing out, you can go buy one, or if you have a friend who has a new 3DS XL, I would definitely try that out. This is also considerably lighter than the new 3DS XL, which is really, really nice. If you look at the numbers on how much they weigh, it's not a terribly big difference. But when you actually feel it, it is light. And I really like that. It's easy to hold. It feels really nice. It plays well. And all in all, if you're looking to get a new 2DS XL in 2019, then I would highly recommend it. So guys, in RetroGamer, if you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys back here with another review. See you guys then.